If you don't learn, and I'm gonna put myself in there, I say if we don't learn how to pivot and maneuver, whether it's a job, whether it's working, whether in relationships or in whatever area in our lives, right? If we don't learn how to pivot, we will get left behind. If we cannot adapt to the changes of what's going on around us, we will get left behind. So we need to learn how to adapt. Not everything stays the same. Okay. Even though we are wired, it's interesting because on one hand that we are wired, or we fit, for comfortable to feel comfortable, and when things change, then we feel uncomfortable. But on the other hand, is that we are meant to change. We are built to adapt because we don't stay the same. As we get older, our taste buds, change. We may not be able to do certain things as we used to as we get older, unless we exercise, we do things that maintains it. Even through all of that, it's not as easier. So now it's just working on the longevity. But with work, right, it's like many depend on or expect jobs to be there for a long time. And we know that's not the case. Technology changes like every few months. It's like every month, even as little as cell phones. Every few months it changes. There's a new cell phone. There's always a new device. And when you're in school, there's always new ways of learning. Now, just imagine if you're in your 30s now. Just imagine walking into a classroom or sitting into a high school now, or even sitting through like a college. But a high school, you're gonna see the changes. You're gonna witness the changes. Now, if you have kids, you already see the changes already through your kids, based on what they're going through, what they've been exposed to. So, as adults, you have to keep up with the times. You have to have your ear to what's going on. So then you can be able to give your children the wisdom that they need to maneuver. See, the youth has just energy only. But as an adult and as an older person, we have the experience. So we've So the older person been there before. Those of you that are, older, right? We've experienced life in high school. We've, experienced life in elementary school, middle school, right? And those that went on to college experience what college is like. So we can give advice to a person that's thinking about going to college. That's where the wisdom comes in. But for us people of age, we have to learn to adapt, right? Because if we don't, then we're going to get blindsided. What are examples of us being blindsided? We've been working in retail, or been working at a warehouse, or even at a tech company for so many years, over 8 years, over 10 years, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, hours are getting cut shorter. That's how it starts. Then the days, it went from your hours being cut to your days being cut, to where you were working 5 days a week, 10 hours a day, sometimes 12 to maybe 4 hours. No, 4 days and 22 hours or 30 hours. You see the of like that week, or to 8 hours to 5 hours a week. You see the change? Now, if we don't learn how to read the room consistently, then we will not be prepared to adapt to what is happening. Now, there's also distractions around too as well that keeps us from reading the room, from being prepared, from adapting. Almost every second of the day, they want to make a new distraction. While something else is happening, there's a major distraction. If we don't recognize that, if we don't recognize the distraction, then we're going to be blindsided. I want you to think about this. Ask yourself, what can I do to keep my ear on my surroundings and able to know what's going on so I can adapt to the changes that's coming? Now that's the name of the game. We're already in the information age. It's going to be another age, and it's called adapt. Being able to adapt. That's going to be the new currency, or that is the currency. That has always been the currency, but it's going to be more precious than ever before. Information is already precious than ever before. But now it's going to get to a point to where being able to adapt, that's going to hold a lot of weight. You have to get the information, and then with that information, you have to convert it so then you can adapt. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all.